All right, we are live. Got 7 people already in the house. Appreciate y'all coming in. Welcome to the Bullock Experience. We got this is episode number 26 of What's in Your Tackle. We got special guest Rob from Mo Creek Fishing, and we got Jerry from Parker's Pursuit.
How we doing, y'all?
Hey, everybody.
What we got in here? We got. I think we had Avid, we had 351 was in the house, Matt's over from One of Bees out in the woods, Thomas from Laughing Cats, Sunfish Assassin, Small Town, Brian B's in the house, Lee Evans. He says, "Wow, look at those mugs."
That's right.
That's right.
Yep.
Don't let anybody do this stuff.
I know. They let me do it, so I guess I'd have to let you two do it if they're gonna let me do it.
What's up, Lance?
There's a band from V3 Customs.
B3, 351 Cleveland, Sunfish Assassin.
Yep. All right. I mean, let's get into it. I mean, that's what the show is about. Let's talk some tackle. Y'all can start wherever y'all want. You know, start with what kind of hooks y'all use, line, whatever you want to start.
Well, lately I've been doing a lot of river fishing, and as far as rods, I'm a big Abu guy. I mean, this is one of my Garcia 7000s. I got 40-pound Berkeley big game on a Mad Catch rod, and I've got my Garcia 7000. And the hooks and stuff are simple. Circle hooks, usually, like if I'm using 8/0 or less, I'm using Gamakatsus. But if I'm using 9 or 10/0 or bigger, I actually use the Uncle Lou's hooks. He actually hooked me up with some of these 9 and 10/0. And I'm going to tell you what, guys, these things are super, super sharp. And I like they got a deeper gap. And for big bait, these things are the way to go. And I Carolina rig everything, or else if I'm in quiet water, I'll Santee rig with just a big bank sinker with a barrel swivel and a sinker slide. I mean, it's pretty easy. And just my main line, 40-pound Berkeley big game. One of the reasons I run that 40-pound is I can get more on my spool, because I really got to reach out sometimes. I would like to go with heavier line, but I wouldn't be able to cast as far. And then my leader line, I go anywhere from 60 to 70 pounds for my leader line.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty simple.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same. If I'm on the bank, I really like a Kentucky rig. And for whatever reason, I for the last, I think I'd have to go back and look at the books. For the last 65, 68 fish, catfish now on a Kentucky rig, all but about 4 of them has been on the top hook. I don't know why, but they like that top hook for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it.
Yeah. Now, where do you get your sinkers from? Who do you get them through? Or do you buy them in stores or?
Well, I've actually got a bunch of lead here. I need to get a mold, but I usually go to Dunn's Sporting Goods. But I tell you what, I'm getting ready to start an order from Brad. I called Dilly. I'm getting ready to start ordering from him. He's got some amazing prices, so I'm going to start ordering my sinkers from him.
Yeah, I just got my first big box full from him, so I can't wait to start using them.
Because fishing this river down here, minimum, I might use 6 ounces in quiet water, but I've used up to 16 ounces, when I'm fishing the main channel.
Whew. That's some heavy weight.
Yeah.
Some fast water.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, that's what we call some what Evan calls donkey weights.
Yes.
We fish a lot of them wing dikes, and we're usually right out on the tip. And that's one thing I look for when I'm fishing the wing dikes. I like to try to find the ones that are closest to the main channel.
Mm-hmm.
That's especially for these big blues current. So.
Well, let people in the chat know what areas do you fish, like what the state you're in, what city and stuff like that, and what waters you fish.
Pretty much southern Illinois and about this half of Missouri.
Southeast Missouri, pretty much. Biggest majority of our fishing. We're fortunate, though. I mean, we both live in Missouri, But we are fortunate enough that in less than an hour, we have a ton of lakes on the Illinois side. We've got Kincaid Wren, Crab Orchard, Baldwin Lake, Little Grassy,
Super Lake.
Super, yeah.
Egypt.
And there's a Pyramid State Park has over, I think it's 100 lakes in it. And then Peabody has 15 or 20 in it too.
The shooting
complex lake. So we're fortunate as far as lakes, but the only thing that sucks, only a couple of them have blue cats. You know, for catfish, but for every other species, it's outstanding.
Yeah. You know, if you wanted to fish Missouri, if you wanted to fish a lake in Missouri here, you'd be driving 2 hours.
2 hours.
2 hours, any way you look at it. And we can be over to Illinois in an hour and just about have unlimited water.
Yeah.
It's Illinois, though. You know, Dunnigan and them guys live over there, so that kind of detracts from the experience. But
You do a lot of the Ohio River?
I've been on the Ohio. It's been years, and then we fished that tournament,
the Ohio River tournament. That was the first time I had fished in, oh my gosh, years. But Mississippi, the St. Francis is our two big ones. Yeah.
Gotcha. We got Pontoon Jody in the house. We've got
Jody.
Big Mike is in the house. Lance. There's
Mike.
351's sharing out the links. J Dog is in the house.
Hey, J Dog.
What's up, J Dog?
Lisa Lee's in the house.
Kelly,
appreciate
you do a lot of creek fishing, which you would appreciate this. I literally, not even 100 yards downhill, I've got an unbelievable creek, multi species, and same thing. That's on the other half of the book. Hang on a second, my daughter's pulling out. Might be a little background noise.
That's fine.
But we have probably 20 creeks.
Yeah.
Less than a 30-minute drive from us.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Everything
see, that's
muddy creeks to clear Ozark streams.
Yeah. See, that's my wheelhouse.
I'm
big time.
I'm the same way. This has been like the crappiest year in history for me as far as getting to go fishing. I've been so busy, but I like a creek that you can't fish from the bank, and people like to fish the bridge holes, and they won't walk 50 yards from their truck. It seems like.
Yeah.
So I get that little canoe out, and ideally for me, a creek it's too big to wade and too small to float. I got a little 12-foot canoe, and I can tie that thing onto my belt loop, and I can walk anywhere and just get in and float through the deep holes and fish. But you can get in a lot of good water that way. A lot of good water.
Absolutely. I mean, that's right now. As of right now, most of my creeks around here, you can pretty much walk them. There's only a few that might come up to my neck or my chin or whatever, but most of them I can pretty much, they're waist high, maybe chest high. But I mean, I'm still good.
Yep.
We have probably a dozen that got really super, super good water, and you are not accessing these things from the bank. I mean, they got straight up and down banks.
Yeah.
Like he's a canoe guy. I get my kayak, and fish is unreal, especially for largemouth, spotted bass, smallmouth. I mean, it's outstanding. It's multi-species in general. So.
Yeah.
You get the occasional walleye.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just, that's what I like about it. The variance and the difference in species you can get.
Absolutely.
As far as creeks, one of my go-to rigs, a little MH2 luge reel, paired with the MHX Fenwick rod, medium light with 8-pound fluorocarbon. And I throw a lot of Ned rigs and wacky rigs.
Yeah.
That's two of my go-to. He can't stand throwing a Ned rig.
If I got to resort to that to catch fish, I'm going home. I can't stand fishing. I ain't saying they won't catch fish, they darn sure will. But man, I hate to fish them things.
Chris from Hooks and Hammocks says driving listing, says hello to me, and it says hello to Big Spoon and Little Spoon.
Oh, really?
And a lot of people say throw small baits in a creek, and I'll tell you what, I use the big old huge whopping plopper 130s. And
Ooh, that's some big wallflowers.
And absolutely decimate the bass on these things. That's one thing I will preach, and Rob will tell you the same thing. Don't be afraid to throw big baits in little creeks. Nope.
Yeah.
You
I
can
know.
crap out of fish, using big baits,
Yeah, absolutely. I threw that. It's probably about that long. I threw that top water popper and caught that big 17-inch largemouth.
And the size of the fish in these little creeks is just amazing. Once you get away from bridge holes, my biggest bass out of that Apple Creek down there was 25 1/4 inches long. That's a 9-pound fish anywhere you go.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And the big smallmouth was 21 even inches. Yeah. So I'll take them all day long.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
I would too.
About these creeks around here, we're not that far from the Mississippi River, so when the river really backs up, it fills these creeks, and when it backs it out, it leaves them loaded with stud largemouth and white bass. I mean, there's days you can go pull a grand slam, you'll catch white bass, spotted bass, largemouth, smallmouth, and sometimes in the same hole. So,
yeah, that's like around ours is if it rains a lot and the water goes up, our creeks will raise up. But the good thing with our creeks is they'll bring catfish into our creeks a lot more and more.
Yeah, we have catfishing in these creeks.
Yeah, because you'll find some small channels and stuff will come up and farther up into the creeks.
Sure.
So, but yeah, it's like I said, we're lucky as far as the variance of different spots to fish. Because I mean, in the spring, it's kind of like, man, where did you go? Do we want to go lake? Do we want to hit a creek? Or hit the river?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But
absolutely. So what rods do you use there, Rob?
Those Fenwick HMX rods that Jerry's got. I found them. It was a mistake on their part, but it was $39 a piece for them. And of course, I should have bought everything they had. They're $90 rods, but I used those a lot, little spinning rigs. But my primary, I like about a 6.5, 7 foot medium heavy casting rod, and I'm a big fan of the Lew's reels. I like the Lew's reels. Their rods not so much, but I like just a bait caster. And like I said, in the creeks, I generally don't throw small baits. I'll throw 3/8 half-ounce jigs, 1/4 ounce spinner baits. I'll throw
big old spinner baits like that.
Yep. J-Dog's in there threatening to make a funny video out of us.
Well, I don't doubt it. I'd like to see it. He does a good job on them.
Oh yeah, they're already pushing for him to be a producer of the year on the Whisker Awards for his funny videos. I think it's gonna be a good push. I think we should all vote on that one, definitely.
Oh, he's got no competition.
No.
Let's see how he does with some competition first.
I've got a couple of them in there, but I don't think I've got them as good as his.
Yeah, he does good on them.
Yeah. Has anybody got any questions for him? Sunfish Assassin says, I'm not a fan of the Lew's rods either. He likes the reels. Yep. My creek pose is a Lew's combo. It's a Hank Parker Lew's combo. I like it. It's small enough for me, especially in my creeks with all the overhanging trees and stuff like that. So,
right.
Yeah, a lot of times a shorter rod does have an advantage in the creek. But I'm like Rob. I like a 6'6", 7 foot plus rod most of the time. Supposed to be for like sensitivity and handling the fish. Yep. So,
yeah.
And then when we do our drifting and kayaks, we both use ugly stick Catfish special rod because they got the slimmer handle and they fit in the rod holders, and they got a sensitive enough tip where not too stiff, but they're just a perfect rod whenever we're drifting these lakes over here for catfish.
That would be a perfect rod for drift fishing if it had a 4-inch shorter handle.
Yeah.
That would be perfect. Because in a kayak, you don't have to worry about drag. You are the drag. And it's just getting them out of the rod holder so much easier if they'd be shorter. I wouldn't be opposed to zipping one off just to try it.
Yeah. JBT says he likes his Corrado DC with the Dobbins medium heavy. I think is what he says.
Yep. Wow.
That's a good setup right there.
Yeah, it is. That's a really good setup. I was like going, man, most people are not using that kind of setup, but that's a good setup. It really is.
Oh yeah.
I think they're both all talking about daring each other to do videos. Brian B and J Dog trying to see who can outdo each other. Small town catfisher, what's going on, man? He says, Parker, what style? Oh, missed it. He says, what style of no-roll sinkers do you like?
No, like I said, I'm big on just these big bank sinkers or coin sinkers. That's about the only thing I throw. I very seldom use egg sinkers unless I'm in a lake or a slow-moving creek, because I want a sinker that's going to stick, and that's usually the 2i 9% and like in a river, like I was saying, anywhere from 6 to 14, 16 ounces I'll throw, and usually more towards the 10-ounce range is usually what I'm throwing on these big bank sinkers. So.
There's a comment for the ages.
What was that? Everybody hit that thumbs up.
Or Bambi gets it.
Shoot him.
Get him, baby.
While everybody's on here, I want to bring up Chad, Fishing with the Chad.
Absolutely.
You guys, I think I'm amazed the man has not made 1,000 yet, just because the charity tournaments he does, the couples tournament, the winners blues tournament. I mean, it all goes to a great, great thing. And he puts a lot of work into these things. And so it's just, it'd be great if he could hit 1,000 for the end of the year.
You'd think just because he's lost stepson, that would be
well, that's true.
It's
you would think it'd be an automatic give, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely. J Dog, yes, I'm using my phone. I'm actually in the garage on my phone with a set of headphones. Let's see. Alan Pershala says, hello, Kelly. So thanks for another Tuesday night live. I'm off to fish MLFBAFL regional next week on Lake, whatever it is in Arkansas. All right, Alan, you be here. Take care, and hope you get some good fish, man.
Yeah, good luck.
Definitely. Yeah, good luck, man. There's Fish Mac, Trey with Fish Mac.
Fish Mac.
What do you say, Trey?
If it works out, I'm gonna try to go live tomorrow evening after work, and hopefully see what it is about 5:30 now. Hopefully around that time to do a little river fishing, and I should have a multi-species video coming out this week too. We was talking about the creeks, and it's just kind of showcases what these little creeks got to offer. I mean, you don't know what you're going to catch in these creeks from one cast to the next. You know?
Yeah.
So, I mean,
and we don't want to forget Avid. Avid's done a lot for the community. He's still inching closer to that 1,002. So we'll make sure he gets there too. Brian B says Chad's only 99 away. So
awesome.
So that's not very far. I mean, 99, that could happen overnight.
Oh, it could.
Yeah.
I do believe there's Circle Hooks. He put out a little short video.
Yeah.
And he gained like 300 subscribers and literally like overnight. You know, so it's just, like I said, it just takes the right bunch of people seeing it, you know.
Brad says, I need your schedule, Parker.
You do not want my schedule.
Brad.
No. Yeah. Well, okay, yeah. Brad knows where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually does the same type of work I do.
Yeah.
And like I started my day started at 2:00 this morning today. Whew. Yeah. So and then tomorrow
my alarm was going off at 3:30 this morning. So hey, I kind of know where you're coming from.
Yeah. So yeah, Brad knows exactly where I'm coming.
Yeah. Hey, Brad, those stickers ought to be to you here in the next day or two if they're not already there.
Okay, Chris. Gosh, do I really want to go there? Chris from Hooks and Hammond says, "Does Jerry have any more DUI videos?" I think he said DIY, but he said DUI videos coming out soon.
That was Rob's video. Not mine. That was Rob's.
But who said it? Who said it?
Oh my God, I don't even remember.
Yeah, I do.
All right, for people that don't know, kind of give us a background of what's going on, because I think I know about it. So,
well, we come out here after we got back from Mendota, and we was doing a kayak tie down video.
yeah.
And I think Jerry had a little slip of the tongue, maybe one too many to drink or whatever. I don't know, but he said another DUI video. That sounds like fun. Let's do it. And of course, Chris ain't gonna let him live it down.
Yeah. So if you want to go watch it, yes, go back to Mo Creek's page and look up the straps tying down the kayak, and it was
last video we did, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, last one
Yeah.
we did.
Yeah.
We're gonna have fun no matter what, me and Jerry. I mean, that's just the rules, you know.
Oh yeah, if we ain't busting each other's chops, something's wrong.
Yeah.
So, like I said, we about 30 miles. Not even that, probably 30 miles we live from each other, maybe.
Something like that.
Yeah. So with that, my wife actually watches his granddaughter, and actually that's how we met. You know, and then BSing about fishing, and then we started going a little bit, and so.
The rest is history.
Yeah. What's going on, Rams Bait and Tackle? Man, there's another one out there that he makes some good. What I'm hearing, I ain't got one, but he makes some good rod holders. I kind of gave away my shot of having his rod holders to Missy Kennedy because she was dying to have them. So there's Sandy with Silver Fox. That's the better half of Van.
Yeah, I was gonna try to show off one of the rod holders Rod makes, but he's like, nope.
Nope. Mine are actually right below me. I don't know if I can show them off or not, but right there they are.
There you go.
There you go.
There's mine. So.
Well, one thing about rod holders, I mean, you can make them out of anything. Actually, when I fish these wing dikes a lot, I mean, you can't stick a standard rod holder in there. I just took a 2x4 with a 2-inch paddle bit and drilled holes in it. And once I get it, I get set up in rocks, and I just stack rocks around it, and I can stick my rods in it.
Chris, you wants to know if that's a plano box in front of you, Jerry.
Yes, it is. Good little boxes. So.
Now, do you all hand tie your rigs ahead of time? Like, do you all have rigs already set up, or you just
for catfish? Yeah.
Okay.
So, just saves time, and usually, like anywhere I go, I always try to carry an extra rod with me just in case something. Here's a good little story. When we was fishing that Ohio River tournament, I was paired up with Heath Stapleton from HS Outdoors, and I had my big Garcia 7000 on a drift rod, and we're drifting along. We snag up, and rod's bent over, and I'm messing with another rod, and I don't know what Heath was thinking. He reached down and hit the free spool, and that rod was fully loaded up, hung, and we're talking instantly. Line just went just everywhere.
Oh.
You could look like, oh no!
You know, Heath is about 7'8". I don't think you could do anything with him.
Yeah, he's a big boy. I mean, well, let's put it that way. Josh Duncan is a big man.
Yeah.
And he's got to look up to Heath.
Golly.
Yeah, he's a big boy. Super nice guy.
Oh, super nice.
Unlike Josh, he's a super nice guy.
Well, he's not in chat to defend himself, but okay, whatever.
Right. His choice.
Yep. Oh yeah, it's his choice. What's going on, Rondell Perry?
Hey,
Hey,
Rondell. What's going on?
And Mike's Fishing Home has jumped in.
Mike?
J Dog says Parker and Moke Creek fishing in a creek. Fishing. With a bunch of little smiley faces. I'll throw it up on the screen. There you go. That's what he said.
Oh, F-I-S-H-I-N.
Yeah.
Now that I see it, yeah.
Hey, J-Dog, just because you're having relationship trouble with Chad because you cheated on with Uncle Lou,
Yeah.
don't bring drama out.
You're going to get famous. Say don't make sure it happens.
What's going on, John, with Fishing Frustrations UK? Appreciate you coming in here.
Hey, John.
We got 23 people in the house. Appreciate everybody coming in here. So, have you got any new tackle that you've got since last time we've seen you on any of the tournaments or anything?
Not really. Yeah, pretty much
Go ahead.
all my gears pretty much stayed the same. The only thing I did add to my arsenal is a 9 foot 10 inch whisker seeker rod, which I do. I love that thing when I'm fishing the lakes. I can really reach out to that thing, and if I'm fishing a little calmer water, and which I do need to get a couple big rods like Avid uses and Big Mike, especially off them wing dikes to get a little more reach.
Yeah.
Yeah, the big 10 footers or 12 footers. Yeah.
Yep. So.
Yeah, y'all seen this? I noticed saw somebody put a picture up on Facebook or somewhere, but somebody posted a 12-foot crappie pole.
Yeah, I've got
a couple of like 14 footers.
Yeah, I never understood a guy in a boat with a 12-foot rod. I mean, what's wrong with the trolling motor, you know?
Yeah.
But, to me, they're a pain in the butt, especially if you're going to be in the kayak or the canoe.
Bank fishing around brush, though,
yeah.
I love them because you can reach out past the weed line. A lot of these ponds around here will get these weed lines in the late spring and early summer, and you can take them big long rods, just dab around them holes, and just knock the snot out of crappie a lot of times.
So. Yeah. There's your comment from J-Dog.
What time do you start?
No, it's up on the screen. Should be.
Can you read
that? Oh, I couldn't read it.
Here, I'll put it back up there. There you go.
Mo Creek, we ain't ever smacked you off the trailer. Let's keep it that way.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh. Yeah, me and J-Dog, we bust each other's chops a lot. It's all out of good fun, you know. J-Dog's good people. And hey, J-Dog, congratulations on that giant you caught the other day.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he actually caught a pretty good, decent sized one last night when we came off the air on Lee Evans' live when J-Dog was fishing. As soon as the live shut down, he caught a pretty good, decent little sized one too.
Ain't that the way it goes?
Yep.
Yeah, always. Yeah. Here we go. Jerry Bay, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming in.
Hey,
Says,
Jerry.
what's your bucket list fish to catch?
What do you say?
List fish to catch.
What's your bucket list fish to catch?
Oh, my bucket list? Oh, boy, that's tough. Here in the U.S., I'd say either a giant sturgeon or a giant alligator gar. But if I went off overseas, probably a big old red-tailed cat or something.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yep. Me, my bucket list is a peacock bass. I'd love to get into them big old things, but I'd like to do it in the Amazon. That'd just be awesome. It only costs $6,000 to get over there.
But one of the days I will get down south to do some alligator gar fishing and sturgeon fishing eventually, but it's just finding the time, you know. So, but
Roger with Buster.
Half, Jeremy Bay, the other half of my Parker Pursuits team. Man, he helps with that, does the editing and stuff. He's the one actually, him and my wife and girls, the one that pushed me to start doing YouTube. And I gotta say, it's been a ride. Some of the people I've got to meet, oh my gosh,
That's definitely the best part. We met so many awesome people.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Y'all going to the Catfish Conferences?
When is the conference?
There's one.
November. No. In Kansas City.
I'll be in the tree.
You'll be in the tree.
Yeah.
What's going on real time?
We're doing real time. George Ray, how we doing, George Ray?
Yep, there's George Ray, David Smith. 28 awesome people in there. Still in the house. Appreciate y'all still coming in here. Anybody got any questions or anything? Did you see that comment from J-Dog a minute ago? See if I can find it again. I don't know if I can find it again or not. I know Roger Muskrat's in here. There it is.
Hey, Roger.
It should come up on your screen now.
Thank you so much, J-Dog.
Yeah, and you see he only puts two people. Two people on the screen. Thanks, J-Dog. Love you too, buddy. I'll be BFF. Biggest fan right here.
I don't mean J-Dog keep talking about doing a rematch from the Ohio, but just finding time to do it, you know? So, but we had Ohio. We ended up tying on that Josh Duncan's Ohio River tournament. We tied up. And, yeah, he's been wanting to do a rematch, and I'm like, I'm all for it. But it's just, like I said, finding the time to do it, you know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
With work, family, everything. And next weekend we have Josh – I'm in Josh Tactic Cat tournament. So that's going to be something different. So.
Oh, Roger asked when we was going to fish with the muskrat. Man, you say the word and we'll try to make it happen.
I would love to fish with you, Roger. Heck yeah. There's so many people, you know, in these chats, just the Catfish family I would love to fish with, which we've had the opportunity. We've fished with Avid, Katie. Then we went to Mendota, had Mark and Catfish Crappie, Betty and Brandon Cross, Chad D. Fields,
Ernie and Cindy.
Ernie and Chrissy.
Chrissy, yeah.
Miles, Cindy. And we had
Chris and Telly.
Well, more Telly, not so much Chris, but
yeah.
But
she's the better half of that side. She's the better half of the hooks and hammocks.
Absolutely.
And then Josh and Christina Dunnigan. Mm-hmm. And I'll say Christina, she was several months pregnant.
She was 8 months pregnant.
8 months pregnant.
Yeah. She's a trooper.
The rain, the drive and wind. That girl's a trooper.
She's hardcore.
She is 100% hardcore. You know, and then James Dockery and Katie Dockery got to fish with them. Just, I'm going to tell you what you see on screen is what you get.
Yeah.
Just most down to earth. Every one of them, most down to earth, real people you ever meet.
Yeah, absolutely. Chris Hustleton wants to know, can you do an impersonation of the DUI video live?
Go for it.
No. Oh my God.
Chad said he didn't know he's going to have Lloyd and Harry on.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well, Chad, in your defense, I didn't either. I didn't find out about this until
the show the other night.
Yeah. He was asking.
Yeah, the show the other night. Yeah.
With me, Kelly, and I just was working everything. I was just like, and just an afterthought. Oh yeah, Rob.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, before that, I had messaged Jerry on it, and he's like, "Yeah, Rob's up for it and everything. We'll do it."
No way. He's getting old. Could I ask him? He said, "Yeah, sure." And you forgot. I guarantee I go back to that text message and find it.
Your ass.
Alzheimer's, you know.
So when will we see some more videos with both of y'all together fishing?
Boy.
That'll be a tough one. 'Cause our work's I work in a construction field, and he's in a place where he works. Same thing. It's just he's on call, I'm on call. It's really hard for us to like. Well, we went and did a live, but
3 weeks ago.
3 weeks
3
ago.
weeks, yeah.
And that's the first time we fished together all summer.
It's terrible, I know, but
Yeah. And so
well, plus he gets all crazy about hanging out in trees in October, so
Yeah.
it'll be springtime. I don't know. Well, we might do the Winter Blues
yeah,
tournament.
got the
for
Winter
sure.
Blues tournament. We'll definitely do that. We're gonna try to get together, maybe do some crappie fishing here shortly.
Yeah.
We got so many strip pits on the Illinois side that are just stacked with crappie. So, and you're going to do the panfish tournament,
panfish.
Chad's panfish tournament.
Yeah, October.
November. I think.
Yep.
November 6th.
November, yep. November 6th, yep.
Yeah.
So,
Jeremy wants to know, when will we see Rob using chicken?
If I get set up by Dunnigan or Dockery or Jerry, you might see it again, but I can honestly tell you, Kelly, I have never put a piece of chicken on a hook. I did grab a rod that had chicken on it. Didn't
Yep.
know.
well, last Winter Blues tournament, it was like negative
28.
like negative 20 out there. And we're fishing, and Rob's hands are like, he already had frostbite going on. And he was freezing. He said, man, I don't care. Just put something on my hook. Just put a piece of chicken. I don't care. I said, no, I'm not going to do that to you, Rob.
That's a real buddy right there.
Yep. Muskrat said, Muskrat says, I used to be in a tree all the time. Memories. But Roger, we're not talking about hugging trees.
Oh,
We're not talking about hugging trees. That's a different show.
And mostly, like I said, the weather's just been so daggum warm around here, and it's just been crazy. And I'm actually maybe Saturday evening I may try to get in the tree, but see how it goes. But who knows? I may go fishing, because that's one thing too. This time of year, in my opinion, late September on into November is sometimes the best blue cat fishing of the year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and the creeks are kind of out. Once them leaves start falling, them leaves got to get wet and sink, or otherwise you can't get a bait down through them. A lot of them, you throw a spinner bait out there and it sits on top of the leaves or fouls up on the way back. So creeks are kind of out till about the first week of November, second week maybe.
Yeah. What's going on, Kenneth? Takedown. Mr. Kenneth Powell's in the house. Yep.
The good thing about that is I usually have every creek I want all to myself because everybody's up a tree.
Yep. Yep, absolutely.
But we probably will do some lives. I'm thinking this winter, like over in Baldwin and stuff.
Yeah.
Try to get together and be doing a day. That's the only thing that sucks about Baldwin Lake. It's a power plant lake, and they got a gate. So you can only fish to like 7 or 8 late in the evening, and it don't open until like
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock or so in the winter. So it kind of limits the time you have to go over there. And the river can be outstanding fishing too in the winter if you find the right holes and everything.
That Baldwin Lake, you can absolutely fill a boat up with blue cats from 2 to 10 pounds all day long out there. It's I think my best day by myself was 51 fish, and I mean it's you can't keep you're only allowed 2 rods over there in that part of the country, but you can only keep 1 rod in. You couldn't keep up with 2 rods.
Avid says, Parker, we are going to have to go fishing more. That's from Avid.
Yeah, well, fished back. It's I guess July or so.
Kaskasky.
Yep, hit the Kaskasky, David over there, and that's another guy. I'm amazed I hadn't hit 1,000 yet either, because he's just an awesome dude as far as the catfish community.
He does a lot.
Oh yeah,
he does.
He does a lot for all the starter community guys that starting their YouTube. He's the one that gets them out there, get them started, gets people to hear about them and stuff. I mean, he gave me my start too. So. And
yeah, well, I fished with David that one day, and I mean, just a great guy, and he's a big fella too.
Yeah, he's a good sized fella.
Yep, that's why he's known as Bigfoot.
He had that get together down at Wren Lake, had that kids tournament and everything. Me and Jerry went down for it. It was just a good time. If you'd have told me a year and a half ago I'd be doing all this stuff, I'd have called you a liar. But you can't beat the quality of people and the caliber of people that you could be with and fish with, and share the same interests. It's a good thing.
Oh yeah. Roger says it's easier to find free water to fish than it is to find land to hunt unless you got pockets full of cash.
Well, Jerry does.
I would say probably 90% of my hunting is public ground, and I look for little isolated pockets, and I won't think twice walking 4 or 5 miles back in when I'm hunting. It's just that's the problem. Like Roger's right, it's really fine. I am fortunate to have one place not too far from here that I hunt, but it's a really tough place to hunt. And I do go up northern Missouri and the Iowa border every year, and hopefully I get up there. I'm actually going to try to see Dockery when I'm up there. It's really close to where James Dockery lives. So
Roger says he says 51.
What did he say?
He says 51 with question marks behind it.
51. Oh, 51 fish. Yeah. Now, bear in mind that was 2 to 10 pounds, one right after the other. And you'll get over there and you'll get in those fish. And if you can stay away from the channel cat, which they'll pester the daylights out of you.
Yeah.
You can get over there, and a big fish over there, you can start getting in 20s, 25.
We had pulled a few in the 40 to 50 pound range out, but it ain't very many. But there is some giant flathead in there. But like Rob said, I mean, it's nothing to go over there. Like when we're drifting on our kayaks and we just keep moving around, a bad day, it's 30 fish over there. That's a bad day sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just, but like Rob says, that about 10 pound max with a few upper teeners thrown in maybe.
Yeah. If you want to go over there and fill a freezer up, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. And there's no limit on fish over there, on catfish. No size limit, no possession limit. Just catch them. And it's Illinois, so I don't mind keeping everything I catch.
Yeah.
But
what's going on, Tim Molina? He says, I just want to fish with Chad and D one time before I give up the ghost. I think a lot of people want to.
It's fun to fish with, but D.
Yeah. D, yeah. I was going to say D would be the better one.
Yeah. Hey, Brad made a comment a while back. It said, FYI. He said, Mo Creek, FYI, you will be doing more next year. More what, Brad? What's more?
Abbott said, if you like big channels, you need to come to Horseshoe Lake.
I'm going to tell you what. We got absolutely ruined when we went to Mendota.
Yeah.
We were catching channel cats consistently in that 20 pound range. And that just absolutely ruined us. I mean, we had several people in our group caught channel cat in the upper 20, almost breaking that 30 pound mark.
Well, Brandon Cross, his big one, he had the big one of the trip at 29.7. That's just a beast of a channel cat.
Yeah.
And they're in 2 or 3 foot of water, so they can't go down. They go out. It's like tarpon. They just take off tail walking and everything else. It's crazy.
Because the first day we got up there, it messed with hardcore. I'm thinking, okay, we're fishing with big channel cat. I'm throwing big baits like I would down here. But it turned out you had to drop down to literally a 2 or 3 aught circle with a little thumb-sized piece of sucker. And that's what they wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just, I don't know. And yeah, it was amazing.
We got our butts handed to us the first day out there. And I told Jerry, I said, if I was born on the banks of this place, I'd drive 300 miles to get away from it. And once we got it figured out, it was on. But man, it was incredible.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What's going on, Mr. Duggar? Local 336.
336. How we doing?
I think they said fins and fines. Oh, no, that's George Ray sharing other things. Yeah, earlier we were pushing fins and fines. He had only about 15 more hours left, and he hit his 4,000 hours. So hopefully in that little hour and a half, almost 2 hour time, we've got his time to him. So
I
he should be there.
Bob this year. We hit a little creek. Caught it on a bad day and everything. We caught a couple fish, but that's another guy right there. That's top caliber people. He his metal detecting. It's not something I've ever been into, but it's super cool. I mean, he kind of got me interested in it. But he gave me a mini ball, and it's it's neat. It's just neat. You can dig stuff up like that and find it.
Is that sound I've been hearing rattle around in your head?
Yeah, when I shake my head.
Abbott just posted he's only 125 away from 1K.
Come on, Abbott.
Right.
Yep.
I don't know, like I said, it's great how everybody supports each other in the Catfish family,
Oh, yeah.
First show I got onto, Rob he had been talking to Mark from Catfish and Crappie for a while, and said, hey, you got to check Jerry out. And then I went on a show, and that made really, really helped my channel big time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Chad D, then you, I think. Then this coming Sunday, I'm supposed to be on Abbott's show.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
But, yeah, you couldn't ask for a greater group of people in the Catfish community, because I've seen it time and time again. I know, like, when I got sick, got sick with the COVID. I didn't post anything, and also next thing I know, my phone was blowing up with people just making sure I was okay.
Yeah.
And that just kind of blew me away. So. And Chrissy Brown is actually really sick right now. So everybody send a prayer out for Chrissy, because she's not doing real good.
See comments like that right there. Thanks, JBT. He says, hey, Kelly, she just wanted to say, man, you're doing great. I enjoy your show, brother. Keep it up. I mean, just little small comments like that, guys. It makes me want to keep on doing what I do. So,
cause like YouTube it's not about, you're not going to get rich doing YouTube. It's
no.
just not going to happen.
No.
But I do it, like Rob said, the same thing. It's going to be great to sit back with your grandkids 15, 20 years from now and be like, oh, check this out.
Yeah.
I've got a few people that have commented that I've helped them catch fish. And that right there, that just makes it worthwhile.
Yeah.
A good friend of mine, his mom had never bass fished, ever. And she watched one of my videos I'd done showing how to use a wacky rig. And he sent me a picture. She watched the video and went out. And he sent me a picture like a 6.5, 7 pound bass. First bass she ever caught on a wacky rig. And I was just like, wow, that right there, makes it worthwhile.
That's worth its weight in gold right there.
Yep. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know if this is towards you or what, but Brad says, have you ever fell on the rocks or bank when you're fishing?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Probably because I fish off them wing dikes a lot.
It's just
nasty.
big old rocks. Yeah.
Yeah, I've taken a couple of nasty headers.
It's not a real fishing trip till you need stitches.
Yeah.
Or get a hook in the hand or something.
Right.
Like we were fishing, oh my gosh, back in February, I guess. February. We thought, hey, let's go hit the creek. And we put the canoes in, went down, and I literally, for some reason, I thought, man, I need to keep my GoPro running. But I shut it off and stuck it in my bag. And Rob had just got done saying, man, I've been canoeing my entire life. I've never flipped a canoe. And boy, he swung into the bank, and I seen the butt of that canoe coming out. I was like, oh no. Whoop.
Yep.
And I water was probably in the teens. And he'd come out there just like,
oh, yes.
Funny cold.
So real always keep the GoPro running.
Yeah, he made a rule that day. Anytime you and me's together, we got to have a GoPro running, because something stupid always happens. It just does. Yeah. But it's funny, Nobody died. We're good.
Van was up from V3 Custom. Him and Sandy were up fishing this Sunday, and it's where all the water has come down and kind of lowered at the Ohio River, so it made it all muddy and stuff. Oh yeah, she took a couple of tumbles down.
Yep. Yeah, we actually we had a lot of rain north of here, and the river is on a rise here.
Yeah.
So I'm actually anxious. I'm really anxious to get on the river tomorrow evening and see. Hopefully, get them biting. So I'm gonna try to do a little live show tomorrow. But hopefully things work out with work. But everything has been just chaotic. So can't make no promises. But
question from Fishing with the Chad. This is for you, Jerry. Did you ever get that spot on your buttocks looked at? Oh, now you're gonna have to explain that one. You're gonna have to explain this one.
Well, we were running a convoy when we were leaving Mendota, and me and Rob passed there. I may or may not have shown him the better half of my physique, going by.
Right out the window. It was awesome. Of course, Chad about wrecked. He couldn't take his eyes off of it.
Oh.
Can you blame him? Fishalow 36 said, I fell while tossing cast net.
Oh, yeah.
Been there, done that.
Yep.
Yeah, especially when you're trying to toss it pretty hard and it's got those weights, and if you don't let go on the right time, it'll pull you with you.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I'm almost done that with just casting a rod, where especially with my spinning reels, I throw it so hard, and it with a weight, if I had a heavy weight on it, if it snaps back and closes,
yep.
If I've got throwing it hard enough, it's gonna pull me forward.
Usually when that happens, you'll hear that pop, and that thing going into the next zip code.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That really
I've done that.
Bass fishing, you got about an $8, $10, $12 bait on, and you do that, and you just watch it.
I watched some chicken go flying off my hooks before. I'm like, oh, that's a good sized piece of chicken. No.
Hooks and hammocks. Chris is feeling left out. Maybe next trip you need to make sure they get the shot.
I'll make sure you get the view next trip, Chris.
Oh, Brian B's got a shot at Chad. Says, I know you haven't seen eye to eye, but I think we can overcome that. Will you be my BFF?
Well, he's got to be getting tired of beating on him. He knows he can win every time.
Oh yeah. Might as well make a truce. Kiss and make up.
Right on.
David said he casts in the next zip code. He does. He's got them big old.
Oh, I know.
Big old saltwater rods, and I said I need to get a couple of them big rods for fishing these wing dikes, especially when the river's low. That sky hole on some of these things it's out there probably a good 100 yards.
Yeah. And
some dikes, like all them wing dikes, are not created equal at all. Because some of them, the sky hole will be literally right off the tip, and some will be out of ways. So.
Oh, they made up. It says Chad said he's just teasing. He'll be Brian's BFF now.
Well,
you heard it here. You heard it here on the What's in Your Tackle. Brian B and Fishing with Chad are now BFFs again.
Well, that's only fitting, Kelly. I mean, Brian's got Chad in the bag. He ought to, just like we got tackle in our bags, he's got Chad in his. He owns it. He owns it.
Yeah, the beat down he gave Chad was pretty impressive.
Yeah. I have to say he beat me down too. So hey, I'll admit it. I'll take my whooping. It may not been much, but hey, he still got me 5-1.
There you go.
Parker, let me know what kind of big Okuma you want. I want heavy action or medium. Ooh, that's a tough one. I'd probably go with a medium.
Yeah.
Medium heavy. Okuma grenade with the possession size. Medium heavy, more like, because sometimes them cats, they just bite so dang sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many times I've been on the river and caught 50+ pound fish that did not slam the rod down. Just sat there and that rod just flex down, you reel down, you feel pressure, and you crank down on them, and they're there.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, those smash hits are why we do it,
Chris says seeing Jerry in boxers was punishment enough.
Chris said what?
Chris says seeing Jerry in boxers was punishment enough.
Wait a minute. I didn't was never in boxer. He must have been window peeping.
He must.
Window.
Oh my goodness. So David asks, how tall, Parker? Oh my goodness.
Better tell him.
I think a 12-footer. Yeah. Yeah. It's what I would work off the end of one of them dikes and stuff. Really reach out.
Get you up over the top on the backswing too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the problem. So like right now the river's so low. I mean, you guys watch my live, you probably see me hang up my back cast. That dike is like literally, I mean, it's straight up and down almost when I get down that tip. So I really have to watch when I'm launching a bait.
The live feeds on that doesn't do that face justice at all. You got to be half billy goat to stand there, you know.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Abbott says he can get you one.
What did you say?
He said he can get you one.
Yep.
David, I'll get a hold of you. Might have to get a hold of you shortly. So, but I really wish they would make an Uncle Lou's in like a 10-foot. You know, I'd be all over that.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
It was his phone.
Yeah, it's mine. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. That's weird. I had it on Do Not Disturb and my phone still rang.
That's something I learned real quick about when I started doing lives. Rob, Chad, Dockery, Mark, everybody would make it a point to make sure they called me to interrupt my live. Really, that is the first thing I do. So before I do anything.
Yeah.
Turn on notifications.
We'd catch him going live, and I'd send a text to Mark and Dockery, and we'd get about 4 of us calling him. He'd shut him right down.
Who needs enemies when you got friends like that?
That's right.
Fishing with the Chad says, are the roles still the same or have they changed? Is Jerry still the big spoon?
I'm definitely still a big spoon.
I think Chad's jealous is what I think.
Yeah.
I mean, even Brian B hates him.
Because I remember, what was it? Me and Jerry, me and you've talked before about you and Mo Creek, and you're like, yeah, I'm not going to fish with him anymore or something before. It's like, I'm not going to fish with that guy anymore. And then now you see it with Chad and Brian B now.
Yeah.
I think they're jealous because you all made up a long time ago, and then these two are still fighting each other.
Oh, I'm pretty sure their situation's like ours. We never not once had a beef, me and Jerry, not once.
Yeah. We don't sugarcoat anything. I mean,
no, we're all men here, you know.
Chad says, no, I think jealousy is a bad trait.
So is being a redhead, but nobody's beating him up on that.
Let's see. Mike, fishing's home.
Yeah,
he said
that fish kids story video. I did a little video. We was at the creek, and my little granddaughter, I was sitting there fishing. Boy, she come around over. She'll be 2 in December. And boy, she kept reaching her rod. Like she caught a few fish. She grabbed the fish. I made a little short out of it, and she kissed it. And it's just crazy because she's not even 2 yet. And I'll come walking out of the shop with my rods, and she gets so excited. You know, she thinks we're gonna go fishing.
Oh yeah.
So I cannot wait to whenever she's big enough to really start going with me. You know.
Yeah.
I'm
still talking my little 9-year-old to go fishing with me, but she don't want to go without her mama.
You know what? Don't give them a choice. Don't let them know there's anything else out there. You know.
Yeah.
But I got that little granddaughter. We've had her since she was a week old, and shoot, she ties her own jigs. She loves to fish. And her first fish she caught, we got back from 7 hours on the road. Where was we at?
Mendota.
Oh,
yep. Came back from Mendota.
I come back in the trailer, in the kayak trailer and everything in the driveway, and she comes out and she wanted to go fishing. I jumped my butt right back in the truck, loaded her stuff up, and we went fishing. And I wouldn't have missed that for anything. That was just awesome.
Oh yeah. Fishing with the dots. George Ray's passing it out. Yep. Fishing the dots in the house. I saw somebody else I missed. It was in here. I think that was it. Yep. Anybody else got any questions or anything? Thanks, 351, for sharing that out.
Yeah, Has versus Chunky gonna go live tomorrow, but I think that's gonna be a good one. That's gonna be a good one.
What's going on, Buck Williams? Appreciate you coming in here.
Chad has been played golf after midnight. Come close the same night.
Tim Molina, Brian should be still in here. Yes. So what project you got working on there, Jerry? I know you said you had a project working on.
There's a lot of changes going on with my job, so we got to actually move some stuff around as far as our inventory, and some of our jobs are changing up. So we got a change in management, which is a good thing, and we're slammed with work right now. It's gonna kill my fishing here in a few weeks, but just like I got to get some paperwork done for as far as some bids and everything. So it's gonna be a good change, but it's gonna be chaotic. So I got to button up on that later on, and give me a late one to get up at 2 a.m. and
Yep.
Oh, absolutely. Brad's got a good comment there. Said, if you had to fish against anyone, who would it be?
Fish against?
Yeah. Is it against or with? I think we had talked about who you kind of fish with, but I guess against. If you wanted to do like a
1v1. Boy.
Wouldn't do Chad because he'd be too easy.
Yeah.
I would like to go against maybe Creel or Brian B. Maybe. Yeah.
The Borts.
Yeah.
That'd be a big one.
Yep.
Yep.
That'll be against catfish. Now, what about panfish?
But
panfish, that'd have to be James Dockery.
Oh, Dockery all day long.
Or Lyle Stokes.
Or Betty Cross.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
I guess I would be bottom of your list, right?
What's that?
I would be your bottom of your list. I wouldn't be one of the top 5.
Oh, there's always room, man. Let's go.
Heck yeah, definitely. Creek fishing, yeah. Oh my God, you would love it around here, Kelly. As far as
I know.
Because I mean, literally like I was saying earlier, within a 30-minute drive, we can hit a creek where we got to use a kayak, kind of a muddier creek, or we can go 10 miles down the road from where we're at and hit a crystal clear Ozark stream.
Yep.
For smallmouth and goggle eye.
You know, the thing about out here though, you're not going to get service anywhere fishing.
No,
you're just not.
Yeah.
It's, and that would be a lot of fun. You know, that would be fun. But for whatever reason, it's just they don't have it. You know.
Yeah, my brother lives out in Springfield, Independence area there in Missouri, so I kind of know the ins and out of the service around that area.
Right.
What the hell, Rob? Nothing wrong with gingers. That's Telly.
Yeah, Telly. She says, OMG, Rob, really?
That was directed specifically at Chad, Telly.
J-Dog wants to...
I hit the same rock pile on that dike all the time. That's one of the few places I can get service on that river.
Yeah.
I mean, I've tried. I mean, I've got spots. The fishing's way better
for numbers.
But you just can't get the service, you know.
J-Dog wants to know, does Parker and Mo Creek think they can hang with the J-Dog?
All day, baby. All day.
J-Dog, I think I can hang with you.
Oh,
even though I've not showed up any catfish, but I think if I'm right there beside you, I can hang with you.
Get them, Telly. Gingers unite.
Yep. Yep. Because Chad's a ginger. Yep.
But yeah, it was like that Ohio. That was the first time we ever fished against J-Dog, the Ohio River, and I never set. But no, I was paired up with a Heath, and it was just it was tough. That first couple hours, we never caught a fish. Then we changed some stuff up, and then once we did, it didn't take us long to get on some fish. Because it's kind of like Creole, he does that a lot. He'll change up his taxes constantly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it pays
Yep.
off. That's one thing you cannot be afraid to do. Which I do get stuck on when I'm fishing the river. Big baits. I love
Yeah.
those big, huge baits. And
Yeah.
it does cost me some fish because I'm so dang stubborn about switching to a smaller bait. And sometimes those bigger fish want a smaller bait. So I love throwing those big baits, So
One thing about that Ohio as opposed to the Mississippi, you could definitely put the kayak in the Ohio and you'd be fine. The Mississippi, not so much. Yeah, I mean, now you could, but get a few feet on that river and it's just wild.
Mark's in here. He goes, "Oh, look at that cute couple."
Oh.
Yeah. Going on, Mark, catfish and crappie, fishing with the squirrel.
Squirrel, how we doing? David Smith. So,
Telly says they're about 5 hours from home. You better get home and feed that driver of yours.
yeah, Chris can put some food away, so he definitely needs to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, J-Dog, I know you're just messing with me. Uncle Josh. No, you didn't win anything, Uncle Josh, because nobody was giving away anything.
Giving away some bad advice.
Yeah, and some smack talk. Oh, here we go. Oh, there we go. Chris says, "Do Rob and Jerry live together like blossom buddies?"
No.
That's as close as they let us get. Otherwise, stuff starts getting broke.
But we are going to try to do a couple more videos together, but it's just like I said, just finding the time, but trying to mix family with the YouTube and work and everything. It's just got to try to balance everything out, It gets tough,
Uncle Josh, you sound like my 9-year-old daughter. So this show sucks.
Wow.
Sounds like my 9-year-old daughter when I'm fishing, she goes, "Fishing sucks." Or fishing is boring. Or she'll say fishing is boring. Love my little daughter.
That's a tough time. Around that age, my daughters, when they were younger, they kind of went, when they were little bitty, they loved it. But then they got kind of a little phase there. But now both my daughters are in their 20s. And every chance they get to go with Dad, they want to go. So.
But I can sit there and J-Dog can send me a picture of fishing. I said, "Do you want to see a big fish?" She goes, "Yes, yes, 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 yes." She goes, "Aw." She goes, "That's a pretty fish."
Yep.
Yeah, Brad. Yeah, I'm going to be up on Ohio here soon. I'm actually going to go and fish with J-Dog very, very soon, within the next week or so. So I'm really going to go. We're going to go and we're going to set up probably at night. I think we're going to do a night fish. And we're going to go live and do it. So it's going to be a long live.
So, Kelly, we're going to see you eat some shad?
Nah, absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely. I'm not doing the J-Dog challenge. Absolutely not.
Nope, you can have that one.
Yep, he can keep that. He can keep that all to himself. Especially, I'm definitely not eating the butt of a fish.
Oh, man.
What's going on, Sean, with Catfish Heroes?
Hey, what's going on, Sean? I'm supposed to be doing a trip with Sean and Epic. Yeah, Epic had asked me to go with him sometime, but we've just not been able to hook up and figure out what the dates are. I'm looking forward to that one. So
now they're all trying to get me to do the J-Dog challenge now.
just do it, Kelly. Peer pressure to bear. Just do it.
I know. He says I have to do that to get on his boat. Then Chad says I want a minnow sandwich. Ugh. Now, if you get me a goldfish, if you get me a little goldfish, I'll swallow a goldfish whole.
Watching J-Dog that night, remember?
Well, Chad is a snowflake, though. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I remember right, Chad was gagging watching J-Dog that night.
Yeah. And that's been the challenge of J-Dog to actually make Chad puke.
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe next time we see Chad Mendota, that's going to be on a list of things to do.
My money's on J-Dog for that one.
Kelly said, J-Dog said, Kelly, you forgot I know her bait shop that sells goldfish. But J-Dog will show up like a,
Oh, I know. It's not gonna be one of these little bitty ones that goes in your little kids fish bowl. It's gonna be one of those that actually you could use for bait.
Yeah. You'd have to chew it up before you swallowed it.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Catfish and Crappie said, did someone say sandwich? I know what's on Mark's mind.
Freddy's Outdoor Adventures, welcome in.
Oh, Chad said he was totally acting. Mm-hmm.
I ain't buying that.
I ain't buying
No,
that.
ain't nobody buying that one.
You can sell that somewhere else.
Oh, there you go. Brad says you get Chad on a boat, then do the challenge. Nothing else, he'll chum the water for fish. Oh.
What's up, Lee?
Lee, how we doing?
What's up, Lee?
Have much of a stomach.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I think everybody's calling you out for that one, Chad.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, nobody believes you.
I know my wrist is still hurting from when we was at Mendota. I had that bag of cinnamon rolls Miss Cindy made, and just had right out of my hand.
Hey, I mean to tell you, that woman can cook now.
Oh, my goodness. Amazing cinnamon rolls and cookies.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
brisket sandwiches. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. But all right. Well, we do it mostly toward the end of the show and all that stuff. We always talk about asking what your advice is to newcomers to catfishing the world. Jerry, what kind of advice would you give somebody just starting out in the catfish community?
Man, I would tell you what, just have fun with it. But just as far as gear, you can go to Walmart and just pick up a cheap Debco 808. I mean, honestly, the Debcos have probably caught more fish than any rig on the face of the planet. And just YouTube. YouTube is a wealth of information for a guy starting out. And don't be afraid to try different things, and just keep it simple. Just start out small, like trying night crawlers, maybe even like prepared baits if you just fish your local lake to kind of get the feel of it before you start moving on to bigger water. And like I said, if someone new comes into the catfish community, he's going to get a ton of advice from people.
Mm-hmm.
And chances are pretty good if someone that's local, they're going to take them out.
Yeah.
I love taking people out for the first time and getting them on a good-sized fish. Just makes the whole experience just worth it. So,
speaking of that, you're just talking about you'd take somebody out new. Lee Evans says, "Why don't you all raffle off a fish to take somebody out fishing with you? Ticket."
What was that?
Said why don't Mo and Barker raffle off a fish with them ticket?
Yeah, try to get it scheduled, raffle off a deal, and have somebody's willing to come down here. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Maybe something to think about in the future.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know about raffling one off. I mean, shoot.
We do it for free.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
If we did,
Oh, yeah.
like, I'd actually want money to go, like, say, Bob's deal with Fish for a Wish.
Yeah.
Do that, or else Chad, one of his charities, that, you know.
Yeah.
Cause, like I said, we're not in it to make money, you know. It's just for the experience, you know.
Yeah.
So.
What about you, Rob? What about your advice?
I would say, don't get hung up on huge fish. Just go catch fish. You get the numbers, the big ones are going to come.
Yep.
And not every body of water is going to hold big fish. Get proficient at what I did. Catfish was kind of my I came in kind of through the community, kind of through the back door. I wasn't as good at catfishing. I wanted to be as good at catfishing as I was bass fishing and that aspect. So I took 2 years. And I didn't fish for nothing but catfish. That's all I did. And I used YouTube as a crutch to lean on and learn on.
Yeah.
And I reached out to a few guys, and like you said, they're more than willing to help out. You know, you can learn from somebody else's experience a whole lot quicker than you're going to learn on your own.
Yeah.
And as far as gear, you don't need the big money stuff. Just get out and do it, and don't set the bar so high you're going to disappoint yourself.
Yeah.
One thing, Rob, I want to touch on. Rob said about the big fish. Yeah, like you said, don't get hung up on it, because social media is a killer for, especially, like, I'm an avid deer hunter, and you see so many people posting these giant bucks off these, ranches and whatnot, and then you'll see some young man young lady get on there with a little buck they killed, and people just start bashing. That.
Yeah.
That's a killer.
It's a killer.
Yeah.
It's the same way, because all bodies of water are not equal.
Oh, no.
You just are not going to have the opportunity.
Yeah, like, I mean, around here, my 20 or 30, if we have 20 or 30s around here, might be a 50 or 60 somewhere else.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And we are fortunate to live right. I mean, literally, I can leave my house. We're on the river in 15, 20 minutes, Mississippi.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you never know, that next fish might be that 100-pounder, So.
Yeah.
Yeah, out there, all bets are off. You just don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But you got the shot at huge fish out there.
Freddie's outdoor. What's going on, Freddie? He says, what's your all's favorite bait to use for big cats?
Early on, I like shad, cut shad. I like this time of year. I really like the carp. It's pretty much whatever the throw net, whatever you're going to get. But I mean, if I had my picks, that'd be what it'd be.
I would say, like, early spring, smaller bait, shad, moon eye. But as the summer progresses into the hotter weather, to this time of year, a big old chunk of headpiece or bisection of a carp or buffalo is definitely my favorite. Then as winter progresses, start downsizing baits again to shad or moon eye.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. And y'all don't forget Jody. Pontoon Jody's got the flathead tournament coming up, or a little fish off. So don't forget that. She's got that coming off. I think that's Thursday night, I believe. She's already telling Lee Evans, don't get his hopes up that because Mama's going to wear him out.
I'd say we have about another. Well, we got a cold front coming in.
Yeah.
I'd say another couple weeks. The flathead bite's going to be done. Will be done. I mean, don't get me wrong. You can still catch them throughout the winter, but just not in numbers. But the blue catfishing, as long as that water don't get down, the teams, them blues will bite all winter long.
Yeah.
Rob, I think this is shot at you. Brian B said chicken is the best bait.
For numbers, I will definitely agree 100% as far as numbers. Like
What that 88 pounder come on? That was chicken fish.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I said, there's some huge fish caught in chicken, but numbers, it's like we were talking about Baldwin Lake earlier. We did a video there one day.
So
we had Kentucky rigs. We had chicken and shad on each rig. There's me, Rob, and my nephew. And literally every fish we caught, 15 fish or so, 15, 20 fish a day, fish off the bank. Every single fish came off chicken.
Yep.
One, maybe.
I think Jeremy had one on shad. I took a big goose egg that day. I had shad on all day, never got anything. I mean, I'll never say chicken won't catch fish. I mean, because come on, it obviously does. But basically, me and Jerry just like to bust each other's balls on it. That's all it comes down to, you know.
I even got a Rob snuck in here, which James Dockery put him up to it. On the headlight of my truck, I've got a little no chicken sticker.
He had old Dockery printed me up about a dozen of them things, and they're everywhere.
Yeah.
But it's just giving each other a hard way to go. What he uses, I mean, it ain't none of my business, you know.
Oh yeah.
And I know there's people that have caught flathead off chicken. I've yet to catch a flathead off chicken. I've caught plenty of blues, plenty of channel cat, and I did use chicken in the couples tournament. We just did this past Saturday. But lately, most of my river trips, I've been using big, fresh cut bait lately.
So what's some new tackle that you're looking forward to getting? Any new tackle that's out there?
Yeah, boat
would be nice.
Boat.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a tackle. So it's part of our tools.
I'll tell you what, right now, honestly, that's the biggest that with a boat between me or him, either one, we'd be in business. I mean, there's no doubt about that.
You need to holler at Josh over there, Weekend Angler. He might have one for you.
It's like a used boat lot over there. We've been to his house.
You have that I think it's like a 14 or 16 foot John boat he's got.
Yeah, I want something I can get in that big river with.
Yep.
Yeah.
2021.
Oh yeah.
That's what I want, because I'd say 90% of my fishing once I get a boat is going to be on the Mississippi.
Yeah.
So.
Avid said that Jerry, you're going to get that 10-foot rod for you.
Oh, hey, well, let me know, David. I'll get a hold of you, and I'll let me know what I owe you. And like I said, we need to get over there. The Cascasky ought to start kicking here real soon. River.
He's been having some issues with some flooding and all that stuff lately. That's the reason why he's not been able to fish on that area as much.
Well, yeah, because the thing of it is, like, it won't rain so much in our area. Carlisle Lake, the spillway up, and when they start dumping water, the Cascade, I mean, it was just, in just a matter of hours, everything's flooded.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
It's an amazing fishery. The Cascade is an amazing fishery.
That's probably one of the most underrated fisheries around here.
You know. And I'll be honest, I don't fish it that much, and I really should. And it'd be a great place to drift the kayaks.
Yeah,
be a great place to drift fish with kayaks. But like I said, I'm really hung up on that Mississippi because, man, it's just I grew up next to Mississippi, and I want that triple-digit fish. You know?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I just like to have something bigger than a 3-pounder. Right now, that's my biggest one right now.
Well, Kelly, if you ever get down this way, we'll be more than happy to take you on the river or get you over there.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
So.
What are you talking about, Uncle Josh? I don't pay nobody to do nothing. He says, small town, how much did I have to pay him to do something?
Sean,
I don't even know what he said. I don't even know what small town said.
Sean from my Catfish Heroes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, says Kelly, you're a great host and a great fisherman.
There you go.
Hey, I could put the panfish away.
Right.
Trust me, I could put panfish like it ain't nothing.
you know what? Having that little granddaughter now, I went right back, getting her started. I went right back to panfish. I mean, and I ain't never had so much fun. You know, I don't get to do a whole lot of fishing. She's not wondering why she's not there, but I think when you're raising your own kids, you're so busy making a living and earning a living, you don't really have time for a life. And now I get to do it kind of over again, and it's altogether different. I mean, it's not something I'd have picked for myself to do, but man, I wouldn't miss this for nothing. Absolutely nothing.
It won't be too much long. My granddaughter's gonna be that age, and I'll be reverting back to my roots.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
Catching those panfish, you know, big all the time. So it's like I fish. My daughters, they want to go with me, but I feel really uncomfortable because it's sketchy.
Yeah.
I mean, Rob, I took one of my honey holes, and it's sketchy, and it's just because something goes wrong, it's gonna go bad wrong.
Yeah. There's no little accidents out there.
Yeah.
So.
Lee Evans is taking shots at you, Mo Creek.
Well, let me hear it.
He says, Mo, J-Dog's daddy.
Dang, I think he's taking shots at J-Dog.
I don't know if I want to say if it's good or bad. Either way. Jody wants to know, is it hard to net a triple-digit fish? Or how hard is it?
Couldn't tell you.
I've never caught triple. I mean, I've caught some giants, but never.
We'll find out. We're getting ready to do the second episode installment of the series, Fish Tales by the Fire with Epic. So that'll be a question to ask him because he knows how hard it is to land a triple digit.
Oh, wow. He's just a wealth of information too.
Yeah.
And that man has caught some absolute giants. Well, Sean's in here, and he caught us two bees in one live stream.
Yeah.
It was just, I mean, how awesome is that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, that's coming up here shortly. So we'll get that second episode of that series. I don't know how many episodes we're going to do yet because I'm going to try to do them as a series instead of just like somebody different every time we do it. So we're just going to do a little mini series of each one. Yeah. So we'll definitely get this.
I mean, he'd done a bunch of work for DNR, and they got. I mean, he went to school the whole time. I mean, you just don't handle fish like that, and you don't go to school. And I'm sure he took full advantage of that. You know, I mean.
Oh, absolutely.
But he's handled some big fish.
Yeah. And it's just great. You know, the one thing you watch with most of these folks, everybody tries their best to get their fish back unharmed, you know?
Yeah.
So.
If I hadn't said hi to you, LG Bass, hello, LG Bass.
One piece of advice I can give on those big cats, don't use fish grippers on those big cats. You'll lift them straight up. Nope. You'll break that jaw.
Mm-hmm.
So, put a pair of gloves on and just crate them or get a fish basket or big net, weigh them in the net. Because that's what a lot of people don't realize. When you hold them big fish up there, even the bigger fish, just hold them straight up. I've made that mistake before, and I know better now. It's just, and bass the same way. Bigger bass, when you lip them, that you can break your jaws doing that too, unless you put hand behind their back. So.
Brad Cottle. Oh my gosh. He goes, I think Brian B has been hacked. Something's not right here. Brian B, blink twice if you need help. Gosh. Oh, you're on a hoot tonight, definitely. Let's see if anybody said anything else. Call him Lee. Lee's got a new nickname. He's got Bait. His nickname is Bait now.
Uh-oh.
What's going on?
What's going on, Angel? Yeah. They called him Bait. I'm Chum, like Chum Lee from the Pawn Stars. And I don't know what Van is. From V3 Customs. We all got nicknames now because we're part of this little Kentucky catfish mafia little group.
Kelly, we neighbors over
Yep.
there, the cattle, all the dogs are going
Yeah, and I know you got to get to that project.
But Kelly, we greatly appreciate the invite to come on your show. Thank you.
Oh, no problem.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, we've had about around about 30 people all this whole time. Hour and a half now. So,
No kidding.
Wow.
Yep. So I appreciate everybody that's been in here sharing out the links. Jordan Ray's been awesome. He's been sharing out all the links all night. So, yeah, I appreciate y'all coming on here, talking a little about creek fishing, kayak stuff, catfishing, all tackle stuff. Yeah, appreciate that, taking your time, especially hurrying up from work to do this.
Yeah, literally, like I said, it was just, I called Rob, said, yeah, I don't think I'm going to make it.
But yeah, it's been awesome. But yeah, everybody make sure you hit that thumbs up. Make sure you share it out. If you haven't went over and hook set Rob from Mo Creek or Jerry from Parker Pursuits, make sure you do that. Some awesome channels, guys. Make sure you get to Avid, share, get to him, let's get him to 1,000, Chad to 1,000. Make sure you watch some videos of Bob from Fins and Finds. Make sure he gets over that 15 hours so he can get his 4,000 watch hours in. But I appreciate everybody that's been in here. But we're going to call it a night, and hopefully might see you all this week live fishing from somewhere. Don't know yet.
Thank you, Kelly.
But appreciate y'all. All right. See you all. We'll catch you on the next one.
Well, Kelly, appreciate you having us in, man.